Hey, what is going on, everybody? I am your host, Nick Madrowski, and welcome to episode number 1 of Ask the Show. Alright, so welcome to this brand new series I am calling Ask the Show, and today we have episode number 1 with a lot of questions coming in. I wouldn't say a lot, but a fair few, and I guess, to be honest, most of them are from the same person. But before I get into the questions, you guys can ask your questions by commenting below in all of my videos, and I will feature some of those in the Ask the Show series. And of course, you can use the hashtag #AskTheShow on Twitter, and of course that means you can ask me on Twitter as well. You don't have to be subscribed, or you don't have to follow me, but it is highly recommended, because if you want the latest Grand Theft Auto 5 news and previews, you might want to subscribe and follow me for that. So let's get right into the questions with question number 1. So the first question comes in here on a DM. Apologize for not mentioning the name. I actually don't have the name because it didn't come up on the question. And the question is there any celebrities in the game, like as a character? Because I heard that the game was in it. Now, I asked this guy quickly who exactly the game is. I thought he was referring to Triple H from the WWE, but I'm thinking he's not, that big of a celebrity, I guess. He said it was some rapper, and I can answer your question. At the moment, there are made-up celebrities that might resemble some celebrities. There is a girl called Lacey Jonas. I think it's Lacey Jonas who is in there, and you meet her in a mission, or a side mission, I should say. But whether there could be someone who replicates the game, the rapper, the game. I don't know, but certainly their licensed names won't be in there. We could see someone, replicating George Clooney or an Angelina Jolie. We don't know, but they'll be using different names. You'll be able to tell, but by the way, they kind of walk around and that sort of thing. I think CVG and the guys at GTA 5 O'Clock, they sort of made Lacey Jonas, I guess they gave a bit of a resemblance to, what's her name now? I can't think of her name. Lindsay Lohan. So, I guess they kind of give you a bit of a resemblance to what they act like and what they look like. Moving on to the next question. And this question comes in from Greg Chown. And this guy actually asks quite a lot of questions. You're going to see them coming up now. And he asks, do you think Michael and Trevor are actually brothers? I do not think they are actually brothers. I think they are just pretty good mates from back in the day. Of course, we know they don't meet up until midway. Well, I wouldn't even say midway. It could be any stage of the storyline. But I do not think they are brothers. I think that they are just long-lost great friends who eventually get back together. Next question comes in from Greg Chown again. Do you think Franklin is actually an undercover police officer? Now, that is quite the thought. Great question there, Greg. I haven't actually thought of that. That is an amazing thought. Just thinking that Franklin could be, doing all of this work with Michael and Trevor to eventually just bust their ass as an undercover cop. That would be quite cool. Although I don't see the storyline ending with any of the characters dying or being put in prison, because I think Rockstar will want us to use all 3 characters after we finish the storyline. So I think that kind of puts it out of the question. It doesn't really say that he can't be an undercover police officer, but it kind of limits what they could do with that. But it's a very good question and a very good idea at that. Moving on to the next question, we have Greg Chown again, and he asks, do you think the passive mode in GTA Online is necessary? Another very good question, and it's good to see some really smart questions coming in here. The passive mode, if you didn't know, I believe what that means is when you're playing on GTA Online and you spawn in and you start getting killed, every now, very, very quickly, if you turn on passive mode, you cannot be killed, but you cannot kill enemies as well. It's good and bad in a way, Greg. I feel it's good in a way that, that you spawn in, you're not just going to keep getting spawn killed, but I think it's bad because it can be fixed in a different way. First of all, why I think it's bad is because anyone, someone comes into your lobby, they could just put it on just so they don't die, to save, I guess some of their stats and records, and I think that's a bit unfair. I think it's harsh. I really don't like it that much, other than for the fact that it's a good thing that it stops that from happening, but there is a solution, and that solution for me is to make the spawns better. If no one can kill you in an instant, I think what Rockstar are trying to say is that when other people have customized weapons, they have an edge over you, but if the spawns are far away, I'm sure you can get to an ammunition store, go and buy something, or I guess if you've just come into the game, you can, you know, go and kill some civilians and get some money to buy something quickly. There's got to be a way to balance it out and to earn money quickly without, you know, having to do anything big. So I guess we'll have to see how it works. It could get frustrating, but we'll have to wait and find out. And we have another question coming in from Greg Chown. Again, I apologize if I'm now pronouncing your name wrong. I do feel like a little bit bad for saying it if it's not right. But anyway, he asked the question, what are you most looking forward to in Grand Theft Auto 5? Very good question again, Greg. I look forward to more questions from you in the future. Thank you heaps for the questions. What am I most looking forward to in Grand Theft Auto 5? You know, to have a really good think about it, I could say everything, but there are certain things in there that I'm mostly looking forward to. First of all is the map size. I think that is probably what everyone is mostly looking forward to. The map size, we know it's massive, we know that it's huge, but not just the fact that it's massive, the fact that there is such a variety. There is the wilderness and the city. There is, you know, forest areas, you've got little towns coming off the mountains. Obviously the mountains themselves, they're going to be so fun to scale, so fun to walk up. That is going to be a feat on its own. Animals, they... you know, I guess that kind of ties in with map size and the fact that they can be in the wilderness, they can just run out onto the road. But animals, they could frustrate me a little bit as long as they're balanced, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Number 2 of what I am most looking forward to certainly has to be heists. You know, this has never been done before, I guess, as a main thing. Obviously, you had that mission, which I'm starting to forget what it's called in Grand Theft Auto 4, which had a bank robbery, and that was one of the better heists, or better missions, I should say, on Grand Theft Auto 4. Arguably the best mission on the game. So I am really, really looking forward to just heaps of heists in the game, and basically the story being, you know, around that whole aspect of, you know, going into banks and stealing things and getting money and that sort of thing. Number 3 would have to be the money aspect. I've mentioned this before. Money is pivotal. Well, it seems to be pivotal in Grand Theft Auto 5. The fact that we could spend money on a lot of things now, that money will not become, you know, unbalanced, so we don't earn a lot of money and then have nothing to spend it on. I hope that we don't earn too much money too quickly. That's why I think it's a good thing that jets are, you know, $1 million. So if we want to buy a private jet, spend $1 million. And I love the fact that you get wanted levels, you know, for just stealing cars. If a cop, you know, someone reports it or that sort of thing. I think that is a very good thing because, you know, people could easily just go and steal a plane, and that would be kind of frustrating. And I think if you go and steal a plane, you should get like a 3 to 4 star wanted level to make it harder for you to steal a plane, because it is a bigger thing to steal. So that will be quite interesting and fun and exciting to see. So we got money balance, map size, and heists. The next thing certainly would have to be, I'll give you a top 5. So number 4 would have to probably be planes themselves. I'm a big fan of aviation. I play a lot of Microsoft Flight Simulator 10. You know, I'm a big flyer. Well, I don't fly that much, which is kind of surprising. You probably think that's a little bit of a shock considering I like it that much. But I love flying on Flight Simulator. I'm a pretty good pilot on that game. I don't actually have a dream to become a pilot, which is probably weird when I say I'm really into aviation. But I just enjoy playing the games and, you know, using Flight Simulator. So the fact that GTA San Andreas had flying was great. The mechanics were horrible, the flying didn't seem realistic. That's why I'm really excited, and especially after this IGN hands-on preview they just gave us, the fact that you can shoot out the engines, the fact that if you push down on the throttle too much or brake too much on the throttle, the engines will burn out. Crash landing could be realistic. You know, apparently you can have turbulence. It feels heavier, not as light as it did on San Andreas. So, you know, really looking forward to seeing how that will play out. So planes, I am really looking forward to. And finally would certainly have to be the 3 protagonists. I think it is a great addition. I'm not sure if you have played Driver San Francisco before, but you can actually switch from your character into other cars. Now, that's not exactly like Grand Theft Auto 5, but it kind of gives you a feel of what it's going to be like, and that I am really looking forward to. Just the fact that you can switch characters and the way that they, you know, have their own unique abilities, and even their animations are suited to themselves, which is going to be great to, you know, not just feel, but to see as well. Okay, moving on to the next question. And again, we have a question coming in from Greg Chown, and I haven't even read the question yet, and I can tell you it's already a good one. Let's see what he asks. So which character are you looking forward well, I'm guessing to using the most, or which character are you looking forward to the most? Greg, again, lovely question, and that ties in with one of my favourite features, of course, being the 3 protagonists, and I have to say Michael is a pretty easy answer for me. Originally I was going with Franklin, but until I learnt a little bit more about Michael, you know, looking at him, looking at what guns he wields in the screenshots, he resembles what has to be my favourite TV show character and favourite TV actor itself. And that actor is Kiefer Sutherland, and that TV show character is Jack Bauer from 24. Hopefully we've got a lot of 24 fans around. But yeah, Michael resembles him pretty much exactly. He wears a suit every now and then. You know, he'll wear that kind of FBI style. He looks like that FBI kind of guy. He runs around with a pistol, and I'll be silencing it every single time. And yeah, you know, he's just that kind of person, and that is simply why I am looking forward to Michael the most. And that pretty much answers your question, Greg. And I think that was the end of Greg's question, so thank you very much for all of those questions. And on to the final question, I believe this is, and this is from Adam at The Miz is Awesome One. So you are also a WWE fan and a Manchester United fan. Isn't that a bit of a coincidence? Because I am both as well. Anyway, Adam here asks, you work at EB Games Store. Has your EB Games store sold out on Grand Theft Auto 5? Yes or no? I have a little bit of a thing to say here, guys, and I was being a complete troll. I wouldn't say troll. I was kind of joking around with you. I do not work at EB Games. I was wondering just to see what you guys would say, because everyone seems to always ask the question, oh, are you going to get your hands on the game early? No, I am not, because I don't work there, and even if I did, I would be fired within an instant. But anyway, I can already tell you it has sold out on Grand Theft Auto 5. A good friend of mine went over to go grab the game from my store that I'm getting it from, and he could not get it because they have sold out completely. So that's, you know, a little bit of a tough one on him. And yeah, so apologies about making you think I work at the EB Games Store. I've actually applied there. I'm looking to get a job there, but nothing official just yet. Alright, so that is it for the questions, guys. Thank you very much for your questions. And as I have said before, I'll be doing Ask the Show very, very often now. Send in your questions in the comments below. And make sure you follow me on Twitter at TheRealGTAShow and use the hashtag AskTheShow to feature on a future episode. Probably episode number 2, that will be of Ask the Show. So guys, that is it. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe for more Grand Theft Auto content and for more Ask the Show episodes. And I'll catch you guys probably next week. I don't think I'll be making a video until GTA 5 week begins, so I guess I will see you during GTA 5 week. Peace.